Hi, welcome back to North Coast Garage. And if you watched the last video where I drove that Suburban home, I'm just going to do a quick little walk around video now that I have it at my house, and you know, I can give you a little bit more of an insight on what we're going to be doing to this thing. Okay. Alright, well, just decided to go and poke around in this Suburban. So someone glued lower quarter panel patches on. You can see here, bare metal's still underneath, right? Because I peeled the glue off. I don't know if they used actual panel bond or what. But there's the original, I think the original one underneath. That's got to be the original one there. This inner structure here is, you know, it's pretty solid. Yeah, that's pretty good. This piece here on the other side, it fell off. I don't know, does anybody remake those? It looks like it bolts to this cross member, and then I think the bottom of the quarter, I don't know if it bolts to it or welds to it or what, because there's nothing here to me to go off of reference. The inner structure here is supposed to come down in here, is gone. So I'll probably have to recreate that out of sheet metal somehow. Yeah, this thing is this is going to be a lot of work, and I don't know if I can weld anything. There's like the gas filler neck is right there for the gas tank, and I looked underneath and it's leaking gas. So this is going to be fun. Let's go look at the other side. So if you watched the last short video I put up, the water pump self-destructed on the drive home, and I didn't hear it while I was driving because, well, the windows don't go up and down. I forgot about these to open these, and everything rattles so much on this thing. I wouldn't have heard it anyway, and even if I did hear it, what am I going to do about it? I didn't bring any tools. You know, I was on the side, would have been in the middle of nowhere in the countryside. So I wouldn't have been able to do anything about it anyway. But yeah, my brother-in-law Mike brought the metal for me. We got these are actually for a Blazer, because they don't make the full sides for the Suburban. So we're gonna have to trim these up to fit the Suburban, because on a Blazer they don't have rear doors, right? So the patch panels actually come out to like here. So we got those. He was only able to get rockers for the front, so I'm gonna have to modify these in order to do front and rear rockers. It's the first time I've actually opened this door up, and this one will have to go in further than the driver's side. This door here could be a little bit better. Might have to make a small patch on the bottom of the door skin. But the floor, it's solid, so it rot really stops right where the weather strip is usually. So there's the glove box. This is where I threw all the trees that I ripped down. You have to watch the first video. Look how many trees there were. This is just from when I drove it home. We got a McDonald's receipt from February 4th, 2024. We got a, oh, $2. A toonie. $2 there. We got a whole bunch of change here. Let's see what's in the center console. Just some paperwork, ownership and stuff. Don't need to see that. Let's see what's in the glove box. Nothing. That's a good sign. Just the tuck tape for where the heater, I'm assuming the heater core or something. Lower motor. I don't really know anything about square body, so what's supposed to be there, guys? You tell me. I know the rear window, I'm pretty sure he said the rear window works, so I have to try and open the tailgate. I don't know what that means. What is that? Rear heat, I think it says. Can't tell. The tachometer, it never worked. Yeah. So, yeah, we only have front rockers, so we're gonna have to modify them in order to cover front and rear. He did get front inner rockers. But the inner rockers on these are basically just flat pieces of steel. So I can make the rears myself. So that'll be easy. I think they're just basically just flat. I showed you this already, I think, where they had glued on the lower quarter here. This here, this inner structure, it's all gone. So I'm gonna have to somehow recreate that, which I will be able to do, I think, using the patch panels, because if I can show them to you guys, the patch panels are actually for a pickup truck that he had. He already had these, and they're not long enough. So I could use, because I got full-size quarter panels here, I could cut this off and use this to build the inner structure that I can weld these onto. So that'll actually work out good. And this here rotted out because they use spray foam on the inside here. Can't see it probably, but I'm guessing that's why this rotted out so bad, because this is the only really bad spot up top on the rockers. Spray foam, it absorbs moisture, right? So it's going to accelerate the rust. You know, if you're going to do anything, use like fiberglass body filler. That's waterproof, won't absorb the water. Yeah, this I'm going to have to somehow recreate it or somehow rebuild it from scratch. I don't know. I don't even know. I think this goes, like, covers the end of the rocker. I don't even know if it connects to anything, because this bolts to the, or is connected to the cross member. So the body of the truck doesn't really connect to this, because you would have to be able to take the body off the frame, right? So I really don't understand that. But square body stuff, I've never really worked on a square body, like I said in the last video. So this door doesn't want to close. Apparently this is normal for square bodies. But yeah, we got a little bit of rust up in here, which the patch panels actually do come up to like here. So that'll work out. This is just a piece of pipe, if you didn't see the last video. Someone welded a piece of pipe, and then they sprayed spray foam on the inside there to seal it up. But this rocker is actually not that bad. Like, I don't know, I'll probably just cut it along here. Probably cut it along here. I don't know if I have to cut up in here, because this is still solid here. So I'm going to try to save as much metal as I can that's off the original truck, right? So, and this, the wiring, electrical in this truck, there's like wires disconnected everywhere and cut. I figured out that switch there. Let me see it right here. This switch here is for the wipers, because I noticed the wipers didn't work in the last video.
That's for the air horn. Or I don't know if it's an air horn or not, but it's a horn, right? I don't know what that one does. Yeah. Looks like we got some more rust, a little bit of rust on the bottom of the door here, but the doors are actually pretty solid. So, let's see, manufacturer date. August 1989. So this is a very early 1990 model year. So, but yeah, this is going to be a lot of work because like the inner structure here, like I said, is gone. I got holes in the wheel arches and the wheel wells. Right? They do not make. They make patch pan like new wheel wells for the Blazer and the trucks. The Suburban, they do not make anything for the Suburban, as far as I can tell. If you guys know of anything that they make for the Suburban for the inner wheel well here, let me know. Because as far as I know, they don't make any inner structure at all for the Suburban wheel houses. Like this is completely gone in here. I'm gonna have to rebuild the inner structure and somehow tie it into the fender because there's nothing here. It was all cut out. This exhaust is going to go away. He doesn't like it where it's coming out. And I need to put a patch here. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of work. I have to get this rear bumper off because this tailgate is held on by 4 bolts on the bottom. And this one only has 3 holding it on. And I'll get underneath and show you. Look at this. Look how loose it is. That's why everything rattles. So, more rot over here. This is all going to have to be rebuilt by hand. It's sheet metal. Because they don't make any of that stuff for Suburbans, which is dumb. So, we'll have to somehow make my own. These are the inner rockers here, the front ones, and I think all this stuff here that he bought is from AMD, Auto Metal Direct. There's the 3rd row seat back here. I'm going to put the window down, and we'll put the tailgate down, and we'll look in the back more. All right. So, like I said, that many miles on it, lots. Rear window. Will it go down? It's going down. It went down. Ugh. Let's go see how to open the tailgate. Sorry about my hand in the way. So how do you... Oh, there's a handle on the inside. Whoa! Yeah, there's something going on with this tailgate. Don't hit the G8, please. Easy. So the floor here is... it's in decent shape. Right? The tailgate itself isn't that rusted, considering. Yeah, I can't really... There is an extra tailgate here. So, we'll have to see which tailgate is better. Oh, that stuff's heavy. These are not for this car. These are for an Equinox. I don't even know why they're in here. But, you know, maybe we can use them for something. But, yeah, so this is the Suburban here. There's a cross member that goes between each quarter on each side of these that the Suburban's supposed to bolt to. or that the tailgate is supposed to bolt to. This tailgate is heavy. Heavy. And that cross member is completely gone, like completely rotted out. And whoever had it, they put it in a piece of square tubing and put 3, looks like self-tapping screws to hold the tailgate hinge on. 1 on this side and 2 on the other. I'll have to get under there and show you guys. So let's crawl underneath here. Looks like we've got more rust behind the rear. I gotta get that rear bumper off somehow. There's the spare tire. Well, it's actually not rotted. It's actually solid here. It bolts into the side of the quarter. But yeah, that's what's left of that rear cross member that's supposed to be here. And there's the square tubing that they used to replace it with. And there's only, there's 1 bolt on this side, right here, and it's loose. And there's 2 on the other side, and those are loose as well. So he is buying that they do make that piece, and he is buying that. But it bolts, as you can see here, it bolts in, right? I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's supposed to be 2 more here, right here. So 6 bolts on each side that hold it in. And the inner structure here is made of spray foam and rust. So that is all going to have to be rebuilt by hand. You can see what's left of it. That's part of it up there. That's what's left of it. It used to go from, it goes from each side. There's a great video on YouTube by a guy named, I think it's Old Car Guy. And he did a really good instructional video on how to replace that panel. Because it actually bolts go through it into the frame. That's the body mount up there. So it's a really big job to change that piece. And I'm gonna need help doing that, I think. So, but yeah, other than that, the rest of the floor on this thing is actually not bad, and the frame is not that bad either. So, yeah, there's a better look at the inside of the wheelhouse, I should say. Yeah, it is leaking a lot of. There's probably no diff fluid left to leak in it because it was leaking really good. So it's gonna need a rebuild, reseal it or something with the diff. So yeah, this is gonna be a big job. Yeah, so now you can see that pipe they put in for the rocker. But yeah, none of the inner structure here, there's nothing left of it. So, you know, I'm gonna have to somehow rebuild it. The inner structure, that is. I don't know. I don't even know what, once I get this off, maybe it'll be easier to visualize it in my head on how it's gonna go. But the inner wheelhouse on the other side is actually in worse shape than this one. So that's gonna be fun to rebuild because they don't make anything for that. Apparently you can get a truck wheelhouse for a pickup truck and modify it to fit, but I don't know. I don't know what he wants to do. So, like I said, this is not my truck. I'm just going to be, hopefully, be able to do some body work on it. Like, that's just Bondo. So, there's like, this thing has been really hacked together. That's really thick, whatever that is there. Undercoating or something. It's all rusted underneath of it though. Oh boy. So, yeah, this is gonna be fun. Moving under the hood. We already seen this a little bit last video. There's that horn. So it's not really, I don't know if it's an air horn, I don't know. It's not an air horn, right? Because there's no air tank. But anyways, Yeah, the water pump's gone in it, you know that. It does have air conditioning that probably doesn't work. It does have this cool thing here. This light. It has a retractable cord. You can move it around, but it works. Look at that. So that's pretty neat. I did the lid flip on the way home with it. Yeah. Still got some hood insulation here. But he is going to be getting new front fenders for it. Even though these definitely have been replaced once in their life, because there's no way the rest of the truck is that rusty and these aren't. But they are rotting up at the top here. So he is going to get some new fenders for it. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. It's I just wanted to get this video out because next week is going to be like 110 degrees Fahrenheit for the like 3 or 4 days in a row. And I'm not going to be outside working on this in that heat. So I don't really have another video for next week. That's why I'm just making this little video here now. Because I refuse to be outside when it's 114 degrees Fahrenheit out with the with the humidity like that. It's unbearable. So yeah, 1990 Suburban Silverado trim. So I think he is planning on putting a 5.3 in here. He's sourcing out a 5.3 and a 2-wheel drive, either a 4L60 or a 4L80 for it. We are going to be changing the Chevy grill out, and we're going to put a GMC grill eventually in it. So I suggested that to him anyway, because I like the look of the GMC grill better. So I think that's what his plan is anyway. But yeah. He also dropped off a piece of sheet metal here that I'm going to be able to use to recreate some of the inner structure and stuff. So that's pretty thick gauge too, so that'll be pretty good. Hopefully I can bend it easily with the body hammer. But yeah, I guess that'll be it for this one. Good enough timing too, because those clouds are getting really dark and I hear thunder in the distance. So I'm going to shut this camera off and go inside and have something cold to drink. Thanks for watching this quick little video here, guys. If you want to see me struggle to do body work on this thing, hit subscribe, hit like, and we'll see how this goes. It's going to be a lot of work.